Sandra?
Let's bring in retired U.S. Air Force General Charles Wald, former Deputy Commander of U.S. European Command. Sir, welcome to you. Please do weigh in on what we have most recently heard from President Trump and his administration and where you'd like to see things go next.
Well, I'd like to see it stopped and the Iranians give up and say, okay, we're not going to close the straits and we're not going to attack our friends in the region, either Israel or the GCC friends for us. But that's not going to happen. So my feeling is that the Trump administration is doing exactly the right thing by keeping the pressure on militarily and taking out targets that contribute to Iran's ability to export terror and attack their neighbors. It's we've said it 50 times, we've said it 100. The Iranians can't be trusted. They say things so they can stop being attacked, and then they fall back and don't live up to the agreement. So my feeling is, and I've said this for years now, actually, but at least over the last 2 years, we need to take out as much Iranian military capacity to export terror and attacks on their neighbors as we can while we're at this particular stage, and do it until we feel like we've satisfied our needs and are secured our neighbors.
General Wald, if you were advising President Trump today, how much emphasis or importance would you place on trying to get the nuclear material out of Pickaxe Mountain that we understand the Iranian regime just transferred recently? Is that something you would prioritize or put off?
I don't think getting it out is, it'd be nice if we could and they gave it up. That's not going to happen. I think closing it off, we're watching it closely, as you've heard and been reported by other people, but we have an eye on it. We know how to keep the Iranians from getting to that material, and that's the main thing we should do, I think. And by the way, there's other parts of building a nuclear weapon we ought to continue to go after as well. But I would just continue to monitor it. If it looks like they're trying to remove the material from Pickaxe Mountain, I'd make sure they couldn't do that, and there's ways we could do that.
Okay, so General, this was Secretary Rubio earlier today when asked if the administration is ruling out striking civilian infrastructure in its newest plan. Listen.
I saw Arachi, their foreign minister, who the other day say or something about their policies, an eye for an eye. The president's policy is a head for an eye. I mean, honestly, that's what it's going to be. I mean, they will pay a very heavy price. They're probably not ready to do a deal yet, but they will be soon, because the price they're paying is very high. Despite their tough talk and their flowery language, despite all that bravado, they are suffering tremendously, and they're going to suffer more until they come to their senses.
Can I get your reaction to that, sir?
100% correct. I think that's exactly what we ought to be doing, and I don't think it's just bellicose rhetoric. I think it's the right thing to do, and the Iranians need to know that. And the Iranians have a couple audiences. They have the international community, ourselves, and then they've got their own population. And they're playing to both of those. But the fact of the matter is, what Secretary Rubio just said is exactly what the United States, and if we get any allies to help us, should be doing.
Take a listen to Rep. Chip Roy talking about the vote that's going down on the latest round of the War Powers vote.
Iran has been hostile. That is well documented and obvious. They shouldn't get nuclear weapons. I've been very public in saying that I support taking out their nuclear capability. The bottom line is we need to have greater engagement here in Congress. It's not about, the White House, it's about your troops that are in the field, right? And so voting on war powers resolutions while you've got troops that are in conflict, I don't think it's the best approach.
What do you think about that?
I totally agree. I think the rhetoric has gotten out of control. I think there are people First of all, nobody wants to have war. I get that. But the rhetoric sometimes is just critical because of political reasons. And I think the fact of the matter is the United States is in the middle of a very important part of securing the Middle East and our friends over there. The Abraham Accords could come to fruition if we agreed to the Saudi nuclear program. That would be a tremendous thing for the Middle East and Israel as well. So I think it's the wrong thing for politicians to play politics in the middle of combat conflict like we're in right now. So I would suggest we all get behind what we're doing and end this thing.
All right, General Wald, always appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dylan, Sandra.
All right.